Visual veteran, buddy. George, we're talking about I'm having someone steal my intellectual property and go up and make tons of money traveling the world as I'm sitting here trying not to die and I'm pissed off about it. And you called going, hey, what's up? Let's talk about mind control and mind stealing. Let's talk about intellectual theft of property.
Yes, I do believe that America is under attack by a secret society of artificial intelligence and data banks. All the information they're taking from Americans is stolen without due process of a law. And you have to remember the Fifth Amendment protects us from that, from stealing of theft of intellectual property. And that's what these AIs are designed to do. They're designed to decipher your information, steal your thoughts, and make a profit off that without consent, without oath of affirmation or due process of a law. So I'm in the fight right now in the U.S. Federal Court of Claims because the government has used me as a test subject, giving me qualified immunity, and then using me and stealing my thoughts without consent or oath of affirmation for over 32 years. So I've asked the court to examine that and to find out where the contracts are at and send it back to the lower courts. And instead, we're going to go to the U.S. Supreme Court to make them correct the lower court's findings, hopefully.
There you go. Well, people don't realize we still have a constitution. We're actually born with sovereign rights, and you cannot mind steal. I am tortured. You're tortured. People don't understand. I don't understand you're tortured. I wake up with such cranial pressure, nausea, burns. Would you please tell my audience, even sexually, they rape us electronically. Will you please tell my audience that is true and what happens to you?
Well, yeah, of course it's true. It was decided. It was opinionated by President Trump. If you remember a couple of months ago, and you can look this on the web, he said that 6G will be able to look under your skin, virtually looking under your skin, And so these machines are going into our homes while we're sleeping or under sleep to steal our thoughts and to actually look into our skin. Now, if you remember, during the Iran war, there was a pilot that was lost in the field somewhere. And the CIA says, well, 40 miles away, we'll be able to detect this person's heartbeat. Mm-hmm. Okay. The technology is there, folks. Okay.
You and I both, we're both chipped. I have a heart monitor. I have an insulin pump. It's called a Medtronics. Did not give permission. Did not know I had cochlear implants until I took a nonlinear junction test. And I was in a car wreck recently where they tried to sacrifice me, literally. In Georgia, I found out someone stole my uterus.
Yes.
They
yes,
stole
that
my
is possible.
That's organ harvesting. And I don't have a right ovary. They've taken my appendix. They've taken half my right breast, my adenoids. I mean, come on now, gallbladder. Enough's enough.
Well, yes. I mean, you have to look at that, but then look at the devices in the institutions of children. I mean, they're still in the children's fingerprints. They're just still in the children's facial recognition. I mean, they don't even warn the children that they're taking this information. So, yes, it's theft of intellectual property, and we have to debate that in the courts to make a case precedent for all of us. Otherwise, we're going to all go down, and this Constitution is not going to be holding up too long.
Well, we have God's sovereign rights, which cannot be stripped from us. People have to understand that. You have sovereign rights as a human being created by God Almighty. He doesn't want this synthetic overlay of technology interfacing. It is an interface of the quantum field. The AI wants to interface with your body, with your mind, with your nervous system, and these sexual perverts that rape us. Even me and George, do you get raped? Because I get raped.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get sexual stimulation just about every time they get a chance, and that's what they want you to do. They want to arouse you, virtually, and make you do stupid acts.
Please yourself. They want you to please yourself. The woman I'm about to sue used to be my mindset coach, and she actually told me one time I was being attacked. I was in the kitchen, not kidding you. My stove just went ee, and Amy Holland says, yeah, they attacked you through your stove. They used the circuitry. And her solution was to go out and have mad, passionate sex and let the perpetrators hear me moan. I should have known then she was a part of my trafficking. Yeah, they want us to please ourselves because they're on the dark web getting paid to watch us please ourselves when they stimulate us electronically. It is sick. It's rape.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, they did it to Britney Spears for so long, and she still can't get away from that. She's always traveling and moving out of this area she's targeted. But that's what. That's
You
what
know
they
what
do.
I was listening to yesterday? I was listening to a podcast because I'm really thinking I need to leave. I got to get out of my house. I've got to run. They said the CIA, if you run within 6 weeks, normally you will die if you're a target individual and you get out of your surroundings and in the new surroundings within 6 weeks, they'll usually get you.
Well, here's my story, Susan. It's like they've used me as a non-consensual test as a third eye spy. Okay, and then to cover it up, they led me to the VA where they wrongfully diagnosed me with schizophrenia.
You
But
don't
I'm
have
still the third.
You're not
And I'm still being used. Yeah, I'm still being used by the CIA and satellite weapons to infiltrate other people's thoughts and where they at. So without my consent, they did that, and then they pawned me off to the VA where I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and then they gave me the poison to take, and now it's really fucking me up mentally. So
yeah, and are they forcing you to take pharmaceuticals? Because the pharmaceuticals is another way they're getting the technology in, especially with the Abilify. You have antennas that when it meets the gastric juices, he's a pharmacist, but you worked in pharmacy. I'm ex-pharma. You have these antennas in these medications. They are not telling you the delivery systems. And once it hits your gastric juices, there is a wireless signal, an antenna per se, that signals the doctor and lets them know you've taken your medication. Well, if it signals the doctor, then that means it's a signal that can be data collected and sold on other avenues, such as biomedical research.
Right. But like I said, the CIA clarified that they're looking for, they can see your bodily organs. I mean, when they searched for that guy, that pilot that ejected during the Iran war, he was stuck in a crevice. And they said that from 40 miles away, that mechanism they're using, were able to scan the field and literally find a person's heart, which is how they detected this guy. They found him with some kind of mechanism.
That is scary to me.
That is. But they've been using that on all of us.
Oh, all of it. Well, we were the beta testers. This is what most Americans don't understand. Us targeted individuals that you called schizophrenic and delusional, they were testing on us first. You're about to be tortured. Y'all have no idea what's about to come. When they turn this system on for everybody's biometrics, it's going to kill a lot of y'all instantly. Yeah, tell them, Saba. My cat just went, wow. Yeah, my cat knows. Saba knows, don't you, Saba? Yeah.
Yeah, but they're literally putting people to sleep. I mean, there's no doubt. And I have to refer back to you remember Kathy O'Brien?
Yeah, I love Kathy O'Brien.
Transamerica.
Transamerica. But she lives in Huntsville now. She's real close to me. I'm going to try to interview her. She's real hard to get a hold of, though.
They literally have Americans in a trance everywhere we go, putting us to sleep.
The frequencies, it's lights, it's the music they use, it's the flickering of the TV. It's all mind control. It's broadcasting, programming. They're programming your mind.
Yep.
If it's on TV, it's a lie. Other than my show, because I pay for my own show. If you watch primetime TV, you are being programmed to their agenda of transhumanism and the beast system under the convergence of the singularity, wanting to make all of y'all transhuman, hooking you up to the cloud. You already hooked to the cloud since the 1950s. They're under your skin, boys and girls. You have eaten enough genetically modified food and taken enough flu shots. And if you took the COVID shot, you've changed your DNA in the pattern of the beast. 2020-060606, drop the zeros in the occult world, and you have 666. You have 6 carbon-based atoms, neutrons, electrons. You're the beast, and now they want to interface with you.
Well, that's what they want to do. And if you remember Joe Biden's presentation when he was senator to the indoctrination of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Chief Roberts, he said that, we are trying to make this RFID chipping, legal, because we're tired of blocking the rights of Americans. We're trying to make this legal. Let me answer that call. That's the VA. Let me answer that call.
All right. Call me back. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. All right, guys, you can tell we're telling you I have veterans I'm fighting for. I'm fighting DHS and CPS stealing your children, putting them in pedophile homes, raping these children. I am seeing so much trauma, so much satanic, demonic, just rings of corruption. Your judges, your CPS, your doctors, your lawyers, you're all in contempt and you're all going to be hung for treason. You have not represented the American people. You have represented the British Bar Association. It's British Accrued Registry when you take the bar. You have taken people's rights to raise their children, and you have violated their rights to be a parent. It's all coming out. You can't traffic and chip people and make a human slavery system when enough of us little ants get together. That's when change happens. Tune in to Eden's Living TV, where you will hear the truth. Peace out, guys.